Guten Tag. In the German department there are two members of staff, myself and Stephanie. We are both native speakers. The numbers remain consistent. There are 10 students in the lower 6 at the moment and 7 students in the upper 6, and this is despite the fall of German nationally. The course will build on your existing GCSE knowledge of German, and all the skills and the vocabulary and the structures which you have already learned form the foundation of the two available qualifications, which are the AS standalone exam after the first year and the A-level linear exam after the second year. We teach 3 double lessons, that's with me, and 45 minutes additionally a conversation class with Stephanie, where you're either on your own or in pairs. On this course you will acquire a better understanding of grammatical structures, you will widen your active and passive vocabulary, and you will have a much better ability to produce pieces of written and spoken German. You will study 3 topics during the first year, which are aspects of German-speaking society, artistic culture, and a film, which is Goodbye Lenin. And in the second year, again, we have 3 more topics. The first one is multiculturalism, the second one is political life in Germany, and the third one is going to be a book, The Reader by Bernhard Schlink, which is der Vorleser in German. You will also have to do an independent research project, which forms part of your speaking exam. Respectively, these topics will be assessed by the AQA Examination Board after the first year or after the 2 years. And in preparation for that, we offer 7 benchmark exams during the 2 years. The homework is very important, and in line with the school policy, we have a 50-50 homework timetable. And you are expected to spend about 5 to 6 hours on a weekly basis at home just for homework. And the types of homework which we will set are basically 3 different types. The first one is work in preparation for a lesson, where you would look up vocabulary for a reading text, for example, or written homework is the second type. That could be a grammar exercise or an exercise from one of your workbooks or an essay. All written homework is marked and handed back to you with guidance and feedback. The third type of homework is a revision homework, which is self-explanatory. You would have to go over things covered in class and make sure that you understand and learn them. There is a German drop-in session once a week during lunchtime, which is there for you to come if you have any more questions or you need additional assistance. But it is also a really nice opportunity to meet up with classmates outside the actual lesson. As part of the course, we offer a 4-day trip to Berlin, a study trip, and also we do film events or study days in London. Last but not least, in this cosmopolitan society we live in, it is very important to have a foreign language and in order to be competitive. And no matter what you want to do later on, whether you want to be a physicist or a businessman, having a second language is beneficial. And it opens new and exciting doors. Dankeschön.
Hi, my name's Daphne, and I'm a Year 13 student who studied English, German and French A-level. And next year at university, I'll be studying German and French. And I'm here to talk to you a bit about a student's perspective of German A-level and how I found the course in general. In terms of my expectations at the start of the course, I think there's definitely a misconception about languages A-levels, and maybe German in particular, that they're going to be really dense or text heavy, or that the grammar's going to be really hard, sort of one lesson after the other. But actually, I found that the topics we covered were really relevant to modern day issues, that the grammar was more or less accessible, and that the course was really adaptable to the interests of each individual student. In year 2, as part of the speaking exam, each student does their own individual research project on something relating to German culture that they're especially interested in. So some people in my year did the German Football League, or a German musician, or a historical figure or event that they were interested in. It's sort of ideal because it means that you can go beyond just what the curriculum wants you to study and have that sort of self-motivation to look at something that you're really interested in. I think another advantage of the course structure is that the study of the book and the film that you have to write 2 essays on at the end of the 2-year course is spread really evenly throughout both years, and most of the discussions are held in groups, which means that everyone can get to grips with the book and the film easily. I think another advantage in particular of that element of the course is that while the book which you look at in year 2 is a bit more serious, it deals with the sort of Nazi history of Germany, the film which you study in year 1 is much more comic and lighthearted, so there's a good balance there. The German department, in my opinion, is really excellent at preparing you for the exams. So although writing 2 essays on a book and a film in German sounds so daunting at the start of the course, by the end it just becomes something you're really used to and a format that you're totally comfortable with. Some of the topics that you study for German A-level include recent German history, like the fall of the wall or Berlin's history, German art and architecture throughout time, as well as diversity and immigration. So there's a really great variety of topics that range from some more serious ones, some more discussion-based ones, to more day-to-day ones looking at youth culture and music and things like that. I think the workload is always a concern for people in year 11 coming to college, but while it's definitely a step up from what you're used to at GCSE, and it does take some adjusting to, I think the same is true of all A-levels, whether it's German or maths or English. The German teachers are really dedicated to helping the students do the best they can, and that's reflected in the regular assessments. They're not something to worry about. I think one of the advantages of this course is that the college provides regular opportunities for students to discuss their grades and their progress with their teachers around assessment time, so that there's never a sort of lack of communication there. I think my progress in German was one of the most marked out of all the A-levels that I took, because small classes mean that there's a lot of one-to-one attention and ensure that everyone kind of has to contribute, which means that we all improve at the same rate. My one piece of advice to incoming students would be to stay on top of your vocab learning. There's weekly vocab tests, which sounds like a lot, but they're really so helpful and the only way to properly learn the language. Ultimately, the most important thing is that you enjoy the course, and that's a lot easier if you're not panicking about deadlines or learning the vocab for vocab tests the night before.
Hello and welcome. Hallo und willkommen. I'm Stephanie. I'm the German assistant at Godalming College. As part of your German course at college, you will have weekly conversation classes with me. These sessions are 45 minutes long, and you may attend them individually or you may be in a small group, like in pairs, and you will be able to practice various bits and pieces that you have learned throughout your normal German lessons. These sessions are mandatory, so it is expected that you attend them every week. Where that is not possible, I'd ask you to get in touch with me and tell me so that we can rearrange the lesson for that week. These conversation classes do not appear on your normally printed timetable, so it will be your responsibility to ensure that you know when they are and that you can attend. It will be expected that you bring certain things along, such as homework or your vocabulary book, so that you can make notes of new words or phrases that will help improve your German. Grammar sheets or additional material may also be useful to have in the lessons. A typical lesson will contain exercises such as maybe games with words, vocab exercises, grammar aspects that we practice, sentence structures that we put into practice. There will be things such as stimulus cards, which are similar to the photo cards that you already know from German classes at GCSE. There may be mind maps that we talk about, or we will discuss questions on topic areas that you're learning about in the main German lessons. And in the second year, I'll also help you develop your individual research project, which will be part of the speaking exam at the end of the 2 years at college. In addition to all this, I assist with German Club that Jutta runs once a week, and I also accompany the trip to Berlin that you will have the opportunity to go on during your time at college. The small groups at college mean that for the conversation classes, you will have the opportunity to have the lessons tailored to your specific needs, which may help you very much. So, all in all, I'm looking forward to meeting you at college and hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.